there, my name is Steve Gearhart, and this is the Unagi Observer, the interlude videos, little videos I like to do in between seasons. And today's subject is going to be rice. Yes, rice. You're going to say, why rice? Because rice was really important in the Tokugawa period, or the Edo period, depending upon how you look at your history, at your Japanese history. To give you an idea, one koku is a bushel of rice. So one koku, based on the Chinese unit of volume, is about 180 liters, or 48 US gallons. If you want to go into more specifics, it's about 150 kilograms, or about 330 pounds US. So that's what a bushel of koku looks like. It's about 330 pounds of rice. Now, during the Tokugawa period, they used the yield that rice fields could make as a way to determine wealth, how to do taxation, and to determine status. So the more koku that your fiefdom was able to produce, able to yield, the better off you were. Now, this is sort of an arbitrary number. So some daimyos would have a 10,000 koku fiefdom, which means that they could make 10,000 bales of rice. That is the production yield. That is not the actual yield. They could make a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, but in terms of taxation and status, that's kind of where they put the number at. So it's more of a kind of an arbitrary number almost. Now, one koku, in terms of value, is able to feed one person for 1 year. So that makes it pretty valuable. If you were to convert that koku, that bushel of rice, into actual cash money in the Tokugawa period, during the Tokugawa shogunate, that would be one koku would equal 1 gold ryo. So if you had a 10,000 koku fiefdom, then that means that you could exchange all that for 10,000 gold ryos. Okay, so that'd make you pretty wealthy. Now, in terms of status, obviously, the higher the yield, the better your status. So you would have some pretty low yields. Samurai usually got the lower ends of them, between 50 and 200 koku a year, to the shogunate that would have around 2.5 million koku production yield. Can you imagine that? 2.5 million bushels of rice. So that was the basis of the Japanese economy for the Tokugawa period. So koku was also considered to be asset wealth. What that means is kind of how it works today. So a lot of like billionaires have a lot of assets, but they don't have a lot of cash. So what they do is they go to the bank and they say, well, I need to take out a loan for $1 million. And they throw that against the value of their assets. And in return, they get a ridiculously low interest rate. Same concept here. So if a shogun or a major lord that had a lot of koku wanted to get some cash so they can do development projects, they could do that. They could make a loan against the value of their fiefdom. So, yes, that's why rice is so important and why rice is such a big deal in Japan. It was a major, and actually still is, a major market for the Japanese economy. All right, so that was a little snapshot, oversimplified snapshot of rice and its use as koku as an economic unit in Tokugawa, Japan. Hope you found that interesting.